Okay, so linear inequalities are just like equations with one little difference, and that's if you multiply or divide by a negative number, you have to flip your inequality symbol over. So just have to keep that in mind. Let's say we have 2x plus 3 is less than 13. So treat it just like you do an equation. You want to get x by itself, right? So we're going to subtract 3 from both sides. That's going to leave me with 2x is less than 10. I'm going to now divide by 2. Now once I divide by 2, I leave this inequality symbol alone because 2 is a positive number, so x is just less than 5. I could graph the solution. I could write that in interval notation as well. So if I want to graph it, so there's 5. Say x is less than 5. So I'm going to put a circle there because it's a strict inequality. And less than is going to point in that direction. And I say less than pointing that direction if you have x less than 5. Okay. To write that in interval notation, I just look at the graph and go, okay, well, I always go from left to right. And that arrow points always to the left. And it keeps going, so that's a negative infinity. It stops at the 5, and it needs a parentheses because it doesn't have the inclusion in it. Now, what else might happen is, let's see if we have negative 5x minus 6 less than or equal to, let's just say, 7. So I'm going to add 6 to both sides. That's going to be negative 5x less than or equal to 13. Then I'm going to divide by the negative 5. Now this is the trick. When you're dividing by the negative 5, you have to switch this inequality symbol. It doesn't matter that 13 is positive. If 13 were negative, it wouldn't matter. It's only this number here. If that number is negative, you have to flip the inequality symbol over. So that's going to leave us with x greater than or equal to negative 13 fifths. And again, I could graph that. Okay. And as a decimal, and I have a much easier time graphing things as decimals than fractions, that's going to be something like 2.6. Somewhere around there. So when I graph that, I'm going to go over here to negative 2.6, and I'm going to put a circle there that's filled in a dot. Okay? And x is greater than that, if it'll let my dot stay, so my arrow has to go this direction. So in interval notation, that would start at negative 13 fifths and continue on indefinitely, so it would go to infinity, and infinity always gets a parenthesis.